hand it over to Michael. So Michael, can you do a brief introduction of who you are and what your role is within Advantech? And then let's go ahead and get started with the WisePaaS informational introduction. And there's going to be some questions that we'd like to ask and see if we can talk a little bit about an existing account and user scenario to get people thinking about how they can address not necessarily net new opportunities with IoT, but actually look at their existing account base and start evangelizing with those customers on how we could leverage some of our WisePaaS building blocks. So with that said, Michael, go ahead and get started, please.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Sean. My name is Michael. I joined Advantech 6 months here, beginning of last year. So I kind of pretty new to the company, but I have been knowing many friends in Advantech since I work for Microsoft. So my career journey, I work for Microsoft and also Schneider Electric, and most are for industrial networking. So my career journey kind of IoT solution journey. You know. It's very happy to work for Advantech. It's very exciting to me. So my role right now is a solution business development. I'm leading a team across a different product division. So not just only seeing the ECG in very core, I also working with other outside of ECG product group, such like the IAG, ICG. So my mission is helping our sales and our partner to find and integrate the right solution to them. As we know, IoT solution, the scope is very big. So I hope my training today is give you the real idea. It's not only idea, it's real landing building block that we can sell about IoT solutions. So here's my training today. So let me, next page, let's go to the agenda page. I'm going to cover 5 topics today. So the topic 1 is about the challenge and strategy. It's from the market point of view. So I think you have a very good idea about what's the target pain point, about the customer side, and also what is our strategy to align with the challenges. So chapter 2 and chapter 3 is our solution offering. So our solution offering is very clear. We have a unique, open, and complete data acquisition solution offering versus other competitors. So, and this is also the first step. This is also the fundamental about IoT application. Without the data, nothing will happen. So the second solution offering is our data platform. So we have our IoT data platform software. This platform purpose is to convert, to transform all the data we have collected to become the application services. With these application services, we can transport to the different backend, frontend, any systems, even the cloud. So my chapter 4 is to let you know about the go-to-market. So I'm presenting I'm going to present about the market segment and let you know what type of our customer and what type of your key account that we think they are high potential we can target. And chapter 5 is about the call to action, is about how to sell. So I would like to brief the IoT Gateway Storage program and also some of the basic licensing program to you all. So here is my 5 topics I want to cover today. Okay, so next page, please. So chapter 1, challenges and opportunities. Okay, so now next page about IoT market research. So this research comes from the McKinsey. It's very good research. It's not from the technical point of view. It's not from the product point of view. It's from the business point of view. It's from the customer scenario point of view. So based on the McKinsey, their research, the top 3 key segments, if you look at, so my comment slide deck, I'll always put a yellow number. So I want to point out my highlight to you, then you can understand why I'm talking, okay? So, so point 1, the yellow one. If you look at the yellow one, there are 3 key segments. factory, smart city, and retail. Smart city including the building as well. So those are the key target segments versus the whole market potentials. So this is it's also aligned with our key target segment. And so the value comes from the number 2. The first one, the number 2, is about the data. So yellow number 2 is talking about the data, because most of the data still remain and sit in a lot of equipment and devices. They are very underestimated and underused. Okay, so that's only 1% based on the research that's only be used for the data prediction or data optimization. So that's this is a key golden area in our opportunity. So that's why our solution offering is focused on the data acquisition and data application services. So the number 3 is talking about the interoperability. So what does that mean? That means that all the data sitting in the equipment, machine, and device side, they are sitting in the operation side. So they are the OT side, I mean operation technology side. But the data need to be used. The use is in the IT side because it's all regarding the IT-based application. So the interoperability especially mentioned about the IT and OT convergence. So this is the key area value for the IoT market. So the data, how to collect the data and how to converge the data from IT to OT, that's the 2 key area for IoT market. Okay. So let's move to the next page. So now I want to give you the idea about very straightforward, simple idea about IT and OT convergence. So if you look at the yellow number 1, that's our IT side on the top, and they are all the customer, decision maker, or manager. They wish to use the data from the bottom. So the data from the bottom is yellow number 2. So we look at all the different machines, devices, sensors. They are all there. They are all there on on the life, but the data are still there mostly. So what the user they wish to use the data for, the yellow number 3 is about the streaming. They want to get the data now for the monitoring purpose. They wish the data always keep coming, streaming in, and they can monitor the status in the bottom and in the OT side. So that's one purpose. Another purpose is they want to accumulate the data, as a past history. And the data stored in the database. I mean, the customer side for the IT infrastructure, they have many different kinds of database already, like a Microsoft SQL server, like a Oracle database server. There's many databases in their infrastructure that they wish the data can be installed there. And then the purpose, the yellow 5 is about prediction. And now that's a very hot topic about the machine learning. They wish to define a model they can use the data for the future prediction. So that's the most highest value for the data application. So here is about the IT and OT side. So how the IT and OT can converge together to achieve the purpose for the data application. That's the core value as a McKinsey market research. All right. So here is about the IT and OT convergence. So next page. So this page is about the challenges. So what is the challenge for IT and OT convergence? This is a very important page. Once we understand the challenge, and it's very straightforward from the customer pain point, and then we can paint on the challenge to set in our solution. So the first challenge is to connect different things. Yellow 1 is telling you those equipment machine, existing equipment sensors, they have a different connectivity interface. The simple one could be VIO, AIO. The computer or controller base could be serial COM, or some very few already LAN ready. So most of them they are still not network ready. They are only standalone. So that's the first key challenge is how we can connect those different. The second challenge is about Yellow 2 protocols. As we know, industrial protocol, even close to 100 types. There's many different type of industrial protocol and even private protocol. Not mention about the IT protocol from the top. So here is the key. Here's another key layers. So if we wish to help our customer to do the IT and OT convergence, so this layer about how we handle the different protocol will be the key enabler to complete the IoT solutions. So the last purpose is to support a different system. So Yellow 3 is our final purpose. When we collect the data, when we handle the different protocol, and we wish the data will be arrived to the support the different dashboard front end. It could be a mobile device, it could be the signage display, it could be the handheld. And what about the backend? Whatever ERP, MES, they have a different type of the database already there, how we can connect, support them. And the cloud-based customer to wish the more powerful, machine learning services, analytics services in the cloud for their decision base. So that's normally the three purpose for our customer side. They wish to support their different systems. So those systems wish to use the data come from the bottom in the OT side to enable the application to become the IoT ready. This is the convergence challenge. All right, next page. So now I want to offer you the solutions, okay? So our solution is how we can connect the different things with our open and complete IoT gateway solution framework. So next page. Before we move to the solution offering, I want to give you the background about the existing things connectivity. All right. So let's look at this page about the machine and sensors. So we can, this is my experience. I categorize the sensor and machine into the three different types: type 1, type 2, and type 3. Okay. So type 1 and type 2, they are not anymore. Even they have the AIO, DIO, serial comm interface, but they are still standalone. Okay, even the machine, they have a computer HMI, but they are still standalone. They're not network connected. Okay, they are island. And type 1 and type 2, for the customer environment, they are most of the existing machines, device, and sensor status. All right. So type 3, so whatever machine or sensors, you can find few, but they are very expensive. They are only for very, critical high-touch machines. So our target, we want to integrate it, but our core golden, market opportunity is to enable a type 2, especially how they can connect to the network. We can collect the data from them. Okay, so here is the existing things connectivity analysis. So along with that, next page. Now we want to understand further language about the protocol. I know we are sitting in medical. Maybe many of you have heard of the industrial protocol names. I just give you a summary table about the industrial protocol, the categorization. So if you get those type 1 and type 2, those devices they are not network ready. So their industrial protocol is you see the yellow one is industrial field bus protocol. Okay, so you heard of a lot about the Modbus, party bus, CAN bus. They are all local bus protocol. And the yellow 2. So for few of the device or machine sensors, they are never ready. So they are the industrial Ethernet protocol. So they can over TCP, like a Modbus TCP or PuffNet. So align with the field bus protocol, some of the player and vendor they create a protocol which their expensive machine can transport the data over Ethernet. So this is IO2. So this is give you the whole idea about for the industrial protocol. Let's two different types. Yellow one is industrial bus protocol, and yellow two is the industrial Ethernet protocol. There are many types of protocol for each type. All right. So next page. Now we want to talk about our strategy. So our first strategy to connect the different things is to offer a different gateway to connect the different things, because they have a different, connectivity interface, and they also have a different networking requirement. Maybe some of them they need the Ethernet LAN, maybe they need Wi-Fi, maybe they need cellular. So for those different things, sensors, we need to offer them the different gateway capability. And the second strategy is handle different protocol. When we get the data, we need to convert them to the standard IoT protocol. Because here is a critical layer for the IT and OT convergence. So industrial protocol, even the Ethernet type, is only support the local LAN area. So the local LAN area cannot transport to the intranet and even over the internet to the remote side. So that's the fundamental challenge. And so that's why it's very important to convert to the IoT protocol, because the IoT protocol is an internet and intranet ready protocol. So they are helping you to, to the machines, the sensor data can be transported to the over the intranet internet. And another strategy is how we can support a different system. Our strategy is transform the data to be the standard application services. Because here is the critical strategy to enable the data to support the different applications, different data applications, MES, ERP, they are all application layers. So the data need to be transformed to be standard application services. So here is our three critical strategy, okay, to enable the whole IoT solution. Let's move to the next page.
Hey, Michael, this is Sean Jack. I just want to go back to that slide for a second. So the question I have is, today at Advantech, we have a lot of different things that are connected to our gateways or computers. A lot of these are just, embedded edge line gateways or edge line computers, or some people call them, remote embedded devices that are out there on the edge. And those could be used in a variety of different applications. We actually just met with the client last Friday that was doing, they're actually a long-term customer of Advantech, and they do DVRs, so, for video surveillance. And so the things that they're connecting to are cameras. The question that I have is there a way that we can help those clients that are already connected to the internet and already connected to things like cameras or various devices, just with the IoT standardization protocols? So like going with MQTT protocols to be able to ultimately interface with a third-party cloud or a public cloud?
Yeah. I mean, so connect to the cloud. It's application layer. So the camera side, you mentioned, they are the edge device. So how to connect the cloud to the over the internet? It's the protocol layer need to be enabled compared to the IoT base. So they are all tied together. So to answer your question, from the structural point of view, like this strategy, we can do that.
So that's what I want the sales team just to realize, that, I mean, this is not an opportunity just to go and sell a gateway and bundle this type of software and service. There may be existing equipment manufacturers that you're already working with today, and you could talk to them about how you can help them standardize their IoT protocol stack and be able to connect with third-party clouds to be able to, come up with standard application services. So that's, using like Microsoft Azure is a perfect example of being able to leverage, Microsoft's cloud, tie in, some of the different analytics services that are available via Azure within your existing clients today. So let's come back to that, Michael, and I think, we want to, maybe ask some more questions about how we would do that and how we best frame that.
Yeah, no problem. So just recap again. So if you look at our strategy, it's about the standard IoT protocol, standard application services. So we are helping our customers to standardize their whole edge device data. So once all the data, protocol, and services to be standardized, not only support Azure Cloud, Amazon Cloud, even their intranet system like ERP, MES, they loads of different cloud and systems. They all can use the data come from the customer, their equipment and devices, even sensors. All right, so that's why this strategy is very important when you communicate to the customer. So let's go to how we can do that. So here, next page, IoT Gateway Solution Structure. All right, so here is our solution building block. So now I want to use this page to explain to you how we can align with the previous strategy. So the first strategy is the 01. How we can, connect the different things with the different, the gateway strategy. So if you get, we need to, for lots of type 3, type 2, the 01, lots of type 2, existing machines, device, even the sensors, okay? Even the sensors. We can use our silver gateway. This product comes from the ICG, but we have a pre-integrated with them already. So if you use what selected the ICG, those are ET product portfolio, and even some of them come from IAG like ADEM, we have a selected, and they can help our customer in the edge side enable their machine devices and sensors to be network ready. So this is to align our strategy 1. The strategy 2 is to handle the different protocol. So how we can handle the different protocol, we need to use IoT gateway solutions. So the gateway solution for the 02, you see the orange color white agent. It's a software. So we not only providing the different type of edge computer, whatever the ARC 1123, small one, ARC 10, or we have a more robust one like a 2121. It have a different purpose. But this is how we offering. But our key strength, just only we have a wide range of IoT gateway offering. We also have a very powerful software, and this wide agent software is helping to handle the protocol, whatever they are, the field bus type, field bus protocol, or Ethernet protocol for industrial, and we can translate the protocol to be IoT ready. So IoT protocol, the standard IoT protocol is 03. So 03 is MQTT, and this protocol is very, very mature protocol since 1996, created by IBM. Now it's become the open source free to share. So customers don't need to pay any additional royalty for this protocol. So that's aligned to our strategy 2. Okay, so the strategy 3 is to transform the data to become the application services. So what is the standard application services? Application services is an API. So the 04 is right now all the global internet intranet applications ready standard. They are RESTful APIs. So once the data become the RESTful APIs, and they are the standard application services, that means your data can support different clouds, different systems, different front end, or different back end. So we have software that's a data platform software. So you get a 04 in the beneath the 04, you see that's a name wise plus RMM. That's our software we can see in the local server, public cloud, or public cloud. So here is our whole IoT gateway solution structures, which is aligned with our 3 critical strategies. Yeah, so is everybody clear about this page? Okay? Okay, so now let's move to the first topic one. I want to, let's use the IoT gateway and serial gateway to complete our data acquisition solution first. So our solution strategy is very straightforward. We need to use a different type of serial gateway and IoT gateway protocol handle, the protocol handler capability to collect the data, connect the thing, and convert the data to be the IoT protocol standard. All right. So the key is the software. The software is in our edge computer IoT gateway. So the software the software is voice agent. So let me give you a little bit. This software has the 3 major functions. The first one is protocol handler capability. So we have already built in mobile TCP handler already in our voice agent available. And this is one of the popular open one, but we use this as an example. But to deal with so many different type of protocol, we use the open strategy. So the open strategy is we authorize the source code, the SDK for the handler, so customer and partner, they can just create the protocol handler by themselves. Because most of our edge equipment partner and also even the SI, they're familiar with the protocol, but they don't have any idea how to enable them to become the IoT ready. So right now they only need to do a very easy job. Just focus on the protocol handler with the SDK, and they can enable their data to become the IoT and cloud ready. So that's a very important value for the protocol handlers. And once the protocol handler can connect the data from the edge side, and all the data will convert to the MQTT that's aligned with the middle function MQTT connector. So voice agent, we have a MQTT connector software, and this software module the yellow 2, can enable all the data come from the protocol handler to become the IoT protocol ready. All right. So number 3 is a device agent. So since all the gateway is so critical now to facing the different edge equipment sensors, they need to they need to be fully monitored. They need to be fully controlled. So this is why we have a number 3 function is a device agent. So voice agent is based on our very long history, SUSE API and new SUSE IoT API. That's why our software can cross Linux and Windows OS. And so Linux Windows also represent the ARM and x86 platform. So the very unique for our software is none of any other competitor that have this type of software can cross Windows, Linux, and fully integrate with the hardware API, and also provide so complete protocol handler, MQTT, and device agent framework. So with this software capability, now we'll move to the next one is the solution one. So I want to give you the 5 solution type, and just go through very quickly that you can use this different framework to align with your different projects. Solution 1 is about the when network connect. Okay, so yellow one is about all the type 3 machines. They are all network ready, whatever sensor machine, but their protocol, the industrial Ethernet protocol, is mobile TCP. So that's why we can use the yellow 3 voice agent, because as I presented, we have a mobile TCP handler built-in already. So yellow 4 is the mobile TCP handler sitting in the edge computer, so we can handle the mobile TCP protocol come from the type 3 machine and sensors. So now it's easy, all convert to the MQTT yellow 5, and then the data will be transported to become the application service through the Yellow 6 voice plus IMS. All right, so this is the solution one. Solution type 1, the network connect but for mobile TCP. So next page, solution 2, what about others? So others, that's impossible. We deal so all the different type of protocol. So our strategy is for the yellow one, the Ethernet protocol, we are giving them the SDK protocol, the protocol handler SDK, even the source code. So the yellow 2 is allow our customer to build up their protocol handler very easy, and then all the data will be converted to the IoT protocol standard yellow 3 MQTT, and all the data will become the application services to the any cloud front and back end. So here is the solution 2 for the network connect type. All right, so now the solution 3, next page. What about the type 2? I mean, those type 2, they are not network connected. The type 2 also cover the type 1, but the type 2 will be the major. So, so for most machines and sensors, they are not the network ready. They don't have a network enabled. So we can use the yellow one. We choose the mobile gateway. If those edge device type 2, the local bus, the local field bus protocol is Modbus protocol, and we can use a serial mobile gateway to enable those different machine and devices. Enable them become the network ready, and the protocol will be translated to the mobile TCP. So the yellow 2 is once the protocol become the mobile TCP, and our IoT computer can handle this protocol all the way, just like the solution 1 and solution 2. So this is the solution 3. Solution 3 is for the type 2 machine and sensors, but their field bus protocol is Modbus protocol. So here is also the key setting strategy I want to highlight to you. Many customers, they are asking for the sensors, all right? But actually, if they want to look for some more industrial sensors, our solution offering is, they can just easily find in their region and local about the Modbus type with the serial common interface industrial sensors. Once they can Google it, they can find tons of the type of sensors there. So our solution is we use the yellow one serial Modbus gateway. We can easily help them to enable those traditional sensor, traditional industrial sensor to become the IoT ready. So here is the strategy, and that's why we don't need to set in the sensors, because we can have a solution to easily enable the existing sensors. So yellow. So now move to the solution 4. Next page. So what about other field bus protocol? Same. For the yellow one, we use a general serial gateway with the EKEY model. I have some other additional information about the model selection. That's after the training I can share with you all, but I don't put more detail about this. But the yellow one is, as you know, our company has a very complete range about the EKEY bus, about the serial gateway, and the yellow 2 is still use the same strategy to deal with the other protocol. We give our partner and customer about a protocol handler SDK, so they can follow our development guide and development source. They can easily enable their protocol become the IoT ready, and then those data will be the standard application services. So this is the solution 4. And lastly, is about the solution type. Multiple gateway connect. So multiple gateway connect is if some of the edge machines or device, they want to connect the different multiple devices, even sensors together, they require have a more scalable, connectivity interface. just like we can use the IO capability, just like the 2121, Model 2 ARC 2121, and whenever use the mobile TCP handle or SDK to deal with the data in the bottom and then connect to the platform with application services. There will be the solution file for your reference. So for the solution 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are our existing reference solution for you. If you have any other solution request, please just contact me. So I will work with our team helping you to design your wish proposal, okay? And I believe there are more solutions will be coming because, as I mentioned, my role is a solution design and solution offer center. So I will keep releasing the new solution to you all.
Hey, Michael, I think you've done a good job on the slides talking about the various ways to instrument the gateway on the southbound side, which is basically connecting the assets to the gateway. Can you talk a little bit more about the WISE PaaS RMM piece? Just to be clear, once we take the sensory data and we transfer it into an IoT protocol stack like MQTT, can that be sent directly to like a third-party cloud like Azure, or does there need to be a server in between the gateway and the Azure cloud? Can you just clarify that for us on the WISE PaaS RMM piece?
Good, good. So this is my next chapter. Okay. So now I'm going to present you so how we can use RMM server as the IoT data platform, transform all the data come from a given gateway as the standard application services. So this is about all RMM functions. So here is my target. So we just let you know. I just let you know about the how we connect the different edge side to do the data acquisition. And now we are talking more about the yellow one RMM function. So the strategy is we need to have the powerful server software. The software is just like a data processing factory. They can process the data from the different gateway edge side, but they need to convert the data to become the standard application services. So the standard application services, as I mentioned in previous slide, is a yellow 2. It's a RESTful API. Because MQTT is still just a protocol layer. It's not application services. So if you want to simplify the application enabling, you need to convert your data to become the application services. So now we are lucky seeing the age right now. I mean the timing right now because the application services over the internet, they have been through. It has been through many different generations. Now the newest generation, the standard is RESTful API. It's become more general and more popular over the world. Even the Microsoft Azure. So if you want to connect the Azure machine learning, if you connect to the Azure Analytics database BI, the strategy is very easy. Just convert your data, become RESTful API, and we can connect to them. If you want your data connect to the Amazon services, same, RESTful API. Connect to the Oracle database, same, RESTful API. Microsoft SQL, different type of dashboard, all about RESTful API. So this is a universal application services right now. So yellow 2 is a very, very important strategy. So with the yellow 2, we can enable all the different type of the applications in the yellow 3. At the top of the application layer. All right. So now, next page, I want to give you more about the IoT data platform. Let's know about the RMM functions. So there are 4 major functions. There are 4 major functions in our RMM. They are data storage, data management, gateway management, and dashboard builder. So data storage, in the yellow one, we have a different type of database. So sensor database is to storage the data come from the different gateway and edge device, the edge sensors, okay? So this database is a big data structure. So we use the open source technology to enable this database by our own. So customers don't need to pay any additional royalty for this database, like Microsoft SQL or Oracle. It's all built in. So system database is for operating the whole server and gateway system. So that's another one. So here is about the data storage. So data management is the second major function. It comes with the standard application service API. So we have more than hundreds of RESTful API available right now. But API is still passive application services because waiting, the API is waiting the application to use me. So it's not for active services. So how we can transform the passive to active? That's we work with IBM. So you see the yellow tool. It's a data flow designer. So we work with IBM together to use their the data flow service designer engine. I will present in a page that's called NoRay. So we can enable those services become the active. For example, once the CO2 is too low, come from the edge data, and we can actively to transfer the data to notify the backend system in the dashboard, say, hey, okay, the data is warning, and you need to turn on this device and you turn off that device, something like that. So it's a intelligence center for the yellow too. So the gateway management is, as I mentioned, aligned with voice agent, the gateway, I mean the monitor, the device agent, so they can enable the remote control and remote monitoring together. And number 4 is a dashboard builder. So dashboard builder is our very powerful solution for customers. If they want to build up their own data dashboard for the streaming data very quickly and easily, and we have a template right now. So we have the optimized dashboard as a part of our offering, so customer can, just define the existing data, link to the dashboard, and they can get the data from their monitor very easily and quickly, and very beautiful too. And yellow 5, and yellow 5, and yellow 4, and yellow 6, just give you an idea. This is the software we can install in the yellow 4 Windows Server OS in the local machine, and you also can, customer also can install this software in the private cloud, that's yellow 5, or in the public cloud in the Azure side, for example, that's yellow 6. So here is all the key summary about the RMM server with 4 major functions, and those are key technologies.
So let's make sure that we're clear on this. So the RMM is a piece of software that can reside on a server. And when you say 0.45 or 6, you're saying on a Windows Server 2008 operating system, a private Windows Server or virtual machine, or a Windows Server virtual machine. So can you talk a little bit about the differences between those 3, 4, 5, and 6 a little bit more? Just to make sure we're clear.
Okay. So yellow 4 is a local machine scenario, right? So it's a traditional one. If you want to install RMM software, if this machine they have a Windows Server OS, we recommend Windows Server OS. But for some of POT, they want to use the Windows 7. That's okay too. I mean, that just this yellow 4 scenario is for local machine. But yellow 5, same. I mean, the private cloud for the customer side, they have their own private cloud. But in the private cloud, their server provides a virtual machine. So once the virtual machine is a Windows Server machine, Windows Server virtual machine, this private cloud has no problem to operate RMM server software. Also, yes, about the yellow 5. And same as the yellow 6. Because the private cloud and public cloud just own a different. The private cloud owned by private company, and the public cloud owned by the big player like Amazon, Google, or Microsoft. So, but they are same environment. I mean, if I believe all of the the IDC operator, they all have the Windows Server virtual machine environment, because Windows Server is one of the largest server OS market share. So all the data centers, they have that. And so not mention about even the local telecom operator, the IDC, they have once the environment have a Windows Server virtual machine environment, they all can operate our RMM server software.
Okay, so this RMM server software will be installed on a third-party cloud or a public cloud, and then they can manage their gateways from that. Is that correct? Which would have the IoT agent software installed?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, next page. So as I mentioned, how we can convert, enable those RESTful API to passive services, how we can, use that to become the active. And this is the tool, Graphy, the logical, the data flow services tool. We work with IBM. We use the tool. It's an open source tool, so customers don't need to pay any additional royalty, but our R&D invest our resource to optimize it. So this is called No Ray Designer. It's my subtitle highlight. So when you look at the page one, yellow one, those are the services, converted, okay, converted from the RESTful API, our RESTful API. So we choose some of the RESTful API and to make it available in the yellow one area. So make it as a physical service node. And then customer can drag and drop in the yellow 2 area to define the application service logic flow and intelligent very easy and quickly. So customer don't need to do the coding job. They just use the logic flow design and concept to quickly configure the whole application services. So this is a very powerful tool, and it's all integrated in our server platform as well. Okay, so that's how we can, enable the passive application services to become the active application services. So next page. So with the whole idea, I give you the idea things. I also published the demo, the file in the Dropbox. I think you can just go to see the video. So video is the same as my scenario as I'm presenting you right now. Okay, so it's just letting you know the whole architecture is proven. So if you look at this case, in the left side, there's the edge devices. Okay, the edge things. So for example, like a building environment, you have a CO2 sensor in the bottom, fan in the middle, and signage on the top, but they all connect with a different gateway. So if you look at the gateway side, IoT gateway side, the white agent is the orange color. It's our software, but we sit in the different IoT edge computer, Windows 7 embedded Linux, or different type of that. And so they are all connected to the different things. And so our data platform in the middle, yes, I am. And customer, they have a remote operation center in the right side. So the scenario is the CO2 is keep detecting the environment, and the data will be collecting through the voice agent, and voice agent will transport the data through MQTT to the data platform. So the purpose to the data platform is we have an application logic. So that's our no-ray engine. We define the flow. Once the data, the CO2 is too high, and the data platform, our RMM server, will transport the data, give the alarm information to the remote side. That will be through the HTTP intranet to another remote operation center. And more than that, the data platform also can accept the SOP application logic defined, comes from the operation center. Operation center can give the command setting the SOP to the data platform, with the application logic brain in the middle. And then this application logic brain will operate the standard SOP once the CO2 is too high, and he will automatically turn on the fan and also show the data on the different field site signage. So this is the whole idea, the very simple idea that give you the sense how all the data can manage by our data platform in the middle, how we can collect the data from the edge side and all the data working together. All right. So this is about the demo. But because time limit, I don't show you the video, so you can just go to the Dropbox to download the video and see by your own. All right. So with demo, now I'm working with David Liu. So we are design a demo box, trying to helping you that you can easy to bring the box and whatever for the on-site seminar or different type of seminar or customer visit, easy to bring by your own. So Chad already give us a proposal, and we are discussing right now. And we hope that this box is look like come with a different gateway like ARC 1123 and ARC 2121, and it will be like this way. Next page. So there will be an easy carry box, but all the box is modularized. So you can bring the two boxes still connect. You can bring two boxes in the same time for your event or customer visit, but they all can connect to the Microsoft Azure, and you can use the laptop or mobile phone connect to the Azure and connect and control and collect the data from the different demo box. So here is our demo scenario. We hope we can make it ready in the whole ready can be in Taipei will be by end of this month, and it could be shipped to your country in the beginning of April. All right. So is that started?
Yeah, that's great. I think that's exactly what we need. We need more demonstrable hardware, so this is great.
Okay, good. So now, so they are all about the solution offering. Now we are moved to the go-to-market. So next page about the go-to-market strategy. So please go to the page of the go-to-market strategy. So here is the segments. Okay, I categorize the market segment from the IEM equipment manufacturer point of view. I think here is the most our traditional customer they see in there, and we also have a SI side. They are IT and OT type of system, SI, and we also categorize the end user side. So for the vertical market, you look at the green color, the factory, building, retail. We think those are the most potential segment, also aligned with McKinsey research. We define this segment not because of McKinsey research. We have done this job since last year, and it just happened to align with McKinsey research. So we believe this three areas could be the very golden opportunity. So from the end user side, the IT manager, and for the IT side and facility manager for the OT side, they are two key, decision makers. And so, IT manager work with IT system, facility manager work with facility SI. So that the project opportunity could come from in two different type of SI. It depends. Based on our project experience, it could come from the OT, it could be from the IT. Because it's a convergence opportunity. So IEM, we think the factory and building IEM could have a more potential. Why? Not all the edge devices for all IEM, they are really eager to have the IoT application. I mean, our finding is, and also align with our successful case since last year, those equipment provider, if their equipment come with the on-site maintenance services to the end user side, and they are the key target segment, when you propose this data acquisition and data application service framework, they feel high interest about because their equipment with the on-site maintenance services, that means their equipment is very critical and valuable. For lots of small device makers, they don't feel interest about that. But those critical equipment manufacturers, especially in the factory and building side, they have a high interest about to enable by our IoT solution framework. So my recommendation for you is, for those 7 target segment IEM, I think the key criteria is the factory building is for your reference, but the more important is if their equipment is critical and they also provide on-site maintenance service to the end user side, because IoT can helping them to remote control, optimize the maintenance service, cause a lot of benefits. SI, I think whatever IT or OT, they are facing the big business challenges. They need to enable IoT solution capability to their customers. Whatever they're facing the facility OT side, talking about Industry 4.0, or IT manager, they are thinking about the IoT solution framework. They all, for big data analysis, they all need to know how to cross each other to enable the IT and OT convergence. So not mentioned about end user side, those are key decision maker, IT and facility manager. They are all thinking about that. So here is about the go-to-market strategy. All right, next page. So now I want to give you couple examples. Okay, retail. So my recommendation for you, like an end user side, they are looking at the warehouse, logistics services, retail building, because retail still have a building environment. Okay, if you look at like Walmart, Costco, those are big shopping malls, they are the building environment, even they have their server run something. So there's the building, and retail. The retail also have a system manager. The SI, they have a focus on IT and facility system. Okay. So Sean, sorry, could you excuse me 1 minute? I want to grab my adapter power very quickly. Okay.
No problem. Take your time.
All right. So this is just give you a case so about the retail vertical market, and we can integrate some of other software, and also this case similar to running in the Azure. So next page about building. For building, I think we have a more opportunity in IEM. So if most IEM, they are the elevator maker or HVAC system maker in the building, or some like a parking system. There could be our potential target the player we can penetrate.
So Michael, let's just make sure we understand. So the differences between these applications, between like retail and building, it's really, is it the application software that runs on the server side? So the web access SCADA or SCADA versus the web access IMM? Is that what's creating like different dashboards, or the application ready specific connectors?
Okay. So for the yellow tree, That means, our IMM can sit in the local, in the private cloud, any environment, right? So that's we enable all the data become the RESTful API. So that's application services. So SCADA means maybe some of customers they need to have some of the traditional facility management. And web-based SCADA is also a company software as well. And now we are, we are doing integration with the SCADA together as well. So, so if some of the project they would really like to, use the traditional OT software like a SCADA, and also integrate with our IMM to fully, enable the IT infrastructure. So we can do that as well, make it more powerful. So here is also all our offering. So as I mentioned, my role is crossing the different product group. So I'm also crossing to the SCADA team to, enable their software as part of our offering as well. So all you gentlemen, if you have a project, you need a SCADA, but you have this type of needs, we can help you to integrate as well. So that's what I mean about a SCADA.
So as we get into these applications, we'll have, you said you have 100 plus RESTful APIs that are ready to go. Will we be able to basically do like an a la carte and pick and choose the different building blocks that we want to run?
So Sean, could you repeat your question again?
So you have the RESTful APIs. You said you have 100 plus APIs that are ready to go.
Yeah.
Based on the application, will we be able to go through like an a la carte menu? Think of like when you're going to a sushi restaurant and just pick and choose the different APIs that we want to run?
Yeah, sure, yes.
And how do we charge for that? Is that on a per API fee, or is there basically unlimited access to those APIs if we just do a one-time fee, or what's the license structure look like?
Basically, it's a one-time fee. It's only one-time server license. So I will let you know in my last chapter. It's very easy, straightforward, because we want to make everything selling just simple like a hardware.
Okay.
Okay. So let's move to, so here is the case next page. IEM Elevator Maker is a proven successful case in Asia. So we have a customer in, they are the elevator maker provider, and they really adopt our gateway and IAM to collect the data in all the different buildings for their elevator and monitor the elevator for their, to optimize their on-site maintenance services, and also, to really create a critical monitoring to make sure the safety of their elevator. And so this case, when you join, when you go to the Microsoft website, you see they have the elevator success case like this one. And this is ThyssenKrupp. Is a German company, global, very famous elevator maker, right? And this is purely aligned with this case. But Microsoft didn't mention. They don't mention about how you can do the data acquisition, how you can connect those different things. They just only highlight their services like this yellow one. They have their machine learning. They have their very good, beautiful portal to give you, okay, you can monitor the global, those elevator status. But Microsoft don't give you the solution how to connect the different, connect the elevators, collect the data, those kinds of infrastructure solution, no? So here is our chance. So we have a very good convergence. With the Microsoft side by side work together to penetrate the customer. So if you get this page about the yellow one, it's 70%. That's the prediction health index. The backend is running in the Microsoft Azure with their machine learning. So we don't provide the machine learning services. No, it's already there in Microsoft Azure services. So, but we can transfer our data to machine learning services, because the machine learning, we can ask for our data to machine learning, or we can use the RESTful API to transport the data to machine learning as well.
Hey, Michael, can you share with us which elevator equipment manufacturer this is? Is it Otis or who?
This one, this page?
Yes.
ThyssenKrupp. It's a Germany. It's a Microsoft case. But this one, the previous one, and this is Taiwanese elevator maker. It's a top three. This elevator maker is for the building 101. Okay, they provide the elevator, the whole integration for building 101. So they are also very famous elevator IEM in Asia as well. And this one is Microsoft case, but they refer to the ThyssenKrupp. If you go to Microsoft website or the IoT case study, you will find this one. But they just only give you the solution idea about the data machine learning, but they don't give you the solution about how to connect the machines. No.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next page, battery. This is, we think about one of a very key segments for our IoT gateway. So whatever you think about the end user side or IEM side, we find many opportunities there. And as my study and reading more information from the different media magazine, I know the more and more factory, is back, is kind of coming back to U.S. from the mainland or different country because of the factory now is looking for more intelligent automation infrastructure. I think we are tapping into the right opportunity for the manufacturing industry. All right. So you look at the yellow one, it just give you a sense how, with our solution gateway and open protocol, we can connect different, even the PLC, the building environment, and also different type of solution. And so here is the how our unique value proposition and same as enable to the cloud. All right, so next page about the value proposition for those different type of vertical. Here's my summary about the value proposition for the different decision makers. So with IoT solution offering, and the key value for the yellow one is a field side production optimization, especially for those operator, field side operator worker in the field side. Meaning we provide the paperless. So the paperless process management is the golden age, the golden timing right now for the IoT solution for manufacturer or other industry. And the yellow two, you look at these two gentlemen, IT and OS people, they are looking for the convergence, and right now they have a gap. So IT people, they're looking for how they can fast development, and also those development experience project can be replicated. And the OT people, they want to have a new, they want to open the equipment data, and they want to have a more advanced process management, and even a more paperless process management. And the most happy guy will be the yellow three decision maker. They want to have a more data to do the decision making support or his business operation. So that's our core value proposition. So let's give you next page a real case. And
hey, Michael, I'm sorry, but I know you have another case there for the textile opportunity that you guys did in Taiwan, and that's documented on the web. Can we go ahead, because of the sake of time, we spent like 30 minutes just trying to get the audio to work. Can we?
No problem. Yeah.
We skip forward to slide 38, and let's talk about the real business opportunity for the sales team, and what we can do to help try to promote this outside of this presentation.
Okay, so let's go to the IoT Gateway starter key page first.
Yeah, let's go there, and then let's talk about 38, 39, and 40.
Okay. 38, 39, 40?
Yeah.
Are you talking about this page? Project benefit? No?
Page, slide 38 is the IoT Gateway Starter Kit.
Yeah, okay. Let's move to the IoT Gateway Starter Kit.
Yeah.
All right.
For some reason I
Okay.
can't see it on your screen. It's not. It looks like you have something in front of that.
Yeah, sorry, I just a little bit minimize notification at 2 page, but okay, so I'm presenting the IoT Gateway Starter Kit.
Yeah, we can't see it. Maybe if you can drop. I don't know. It shows that what we can see is looks like PowerPoint with a bunch of slides.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. So can you see my IoT Gateway Starter Kit presentation?
No, we cannot.
Okay, so please move to the page.
Okay, hold on a second.
IoT Gateway Starter Kit.
The time expired. Okay, we can see it now.
Okay, good. So IoT Gateway Starter Kit. So first one, we have a. If you look at the yellow one, the purpose is to create the bundle package to give our customer and partner, they have a very quick try about their, very preliminary and entry concept of POC, just to test and make sure they have a very quick experience, can connect all the things together and then connect the cloud, connect what they wish to have, even the dashboard experience. So this offering combined with the software and hardware and even the pre-configured system altogether. And it's only cost you, only cost customer about, near to 1,000. And the offering including the yellow one, the hardware system. So we choose the 1123H and 2121L as our offering. So already, for this system to cut, so for 1123, you choose 1123 or 2121, they are same price. Okay, so 980 for this above. And yellow 2 is this part now only available. It's also include the really system pre-configured system with Windows 7 OS and 4G memory and hard drive. So right now, in terms of the OS ready, our voice agent can ready for the Windows 10 as well. But why we use the Windows 7 embedded? Because we consider in the customer side for their application integration. For traditionally embedded, the most mature one, they still use Windows 7. So the special, but Windows 10 is ready as well. So if you have a case, we also can support you as well. So the other 3, that's about the software. So as I present the white path RMM, the yellow 3 software is included. So so you do get another yellow 3, and this is the special bundle version because it's only for connect this gateway only. So this server only to give you experience is one gateway connection. Okay, so this is the software offering. And the yellow 4 is about SDK. So as I present to you, the protocol handle the SDK, the REST API, the node way to create the data flow services logic is all in there for the yellow 4. So yellow 5 is IoT developer forum. So we have the, published the website to support global with the English language. All the customers, once they purchase the IoT gateway, they can be member for our developer forum to enjoy the free resources. So we will publish some of the tool or document to to manage it, to run in our community to support our customers. So tech support, we have some of the online support for the 3 hours and also supporting some of FAQ. So the number 7, yellow 7 is Azure. So Azure is customer. Our software is Azure ready. So customer can just go to Microsoft website to sign up the 1-month trial program. Okay, so they can start to enjoy the Azure experience. So this is about. So we don't provide the Azure trial program because Microsoft they provide it in global right now. It's all available for 1 month $200 credit for free trial. So the PAN number is there for if so if you choose the 1123 or 2121, there's a separate PAN number. So it depends on what you want to design for your customer.
Okay.
So this is the IoT Gateway Starter Kit.
So let's talk a little bit about this starter kit, because I think this is going to be of interest to the team. The first point is that we only have it available on 2 SKUs today. It's available on the ARC 1123 and the ARC 2121. That's point 1. Point 2 is that it will come with Windows Embedded 7 and these peripherals pre-installed. It will come with the smorgasbord of software, as what Casey used. That was his terminology at the GBLM. The question I have is, if we want to get Windows 10 on the device, how do we do that? Do we have to order it through a different SKU, or should we load that locally, or what's your recommendation?
So far, I think we will work with David to support locally will be the current workaround solution.
Okay. So that was the first question.
Well, the question is because right now the WISE agent is not yet compatible with the Windows 10, right? I think that's the reason we use the Windows 7. Am I correct?
For the R&D compatible test is done.
Okay.
Yeah, but the image offering for the pre-configuration, there will be a different process. But I think for the project case requirement, we can do that. But I suggest to work with David first.
The reason I ask is because we've had conversations with Microsoft, and Microsoft is very, very interested in this if we can put Windows 10. So I want to make sure that we spend some more time getting our ideas and team together and resources together on how we can support Windows 10. Because if we can do that, Microsoft will help us promote this platform.
Yeah, I mean, Michael, if you have the Windows 10 ready right now, I mean, we highly recommend you to highlight Windows 10 instead of Windows 7.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. We can. I mean, for us.
For North America, I think it would be preferred if we just go ahead and promote a Windows 10 SKU, and then on a case-by-case basis, roll it back to Windows 7.
I got it. I got it. So let me put this as an action item. Okay.
Perfect.
So how we can create a Windows 10 image to support ANA. So I will work with PM and Sandy together, see how we can create the process and offer it to you all. Okay.
So the next question I have is that, you mentioned that this is a one gateway version. So I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page with that. So point 3, the yellow 3 on the slide, you have the pre-integrated IoT software. So this has the WISE agent software as the WISE PaaS RMM software. So the question I have is, what if they want to order several gateways, and it looks like we have the northbound solution ready so they can connect to Azure, and it has the WISE PaaS RMM. But what if they want the WISE PaaS RMM to be installed via the Windows virtual machine on a third-party cloud or a Windows server, or even a public cloud? So can we take this SKU and somehow manipulate it in that fashion or not?
Okay, now that's my slide for next page. Okay, so can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So how we can upgrade the storage to more servers, even more gateway scenario. Okay, our offering is to authorize a more server license. So let's look at the storage kit upgrade to, for example, if you look at the middle, if they need more servers sitting in a different place, or even like the Azure side, and we can give them the 2 server license package, and that's each server license allow them to have a 10 gateway connections. So this is what the authorize. I mean, the license selling model is through our WISE Point membership. So they pay $100, they can have a 2 server. So they can put a server location they like, and each server allow them to have a 10 gateway connections. But if they want to consolidate the more gateway into 1 server, we also allow them, they can do that. So they can consolidate like a green card to, put all the server to put all the server in the one machine to enable more gateway connectivity like green color scenario. It's also same to use this two server together, consolidate one server to have a more gateway connections.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, so for $1,000 US, they can get a server, add an additional server, and you can connect up to 20 gateways, 10 gateways per server?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, this is a software as a service, or this RMM is basically a software as a service type of license scenario where they get an API layer, this IoT management software, which can manage up to 10 gateways per server. Is that correct?
Exactly.
And are we going to have
your question?
Are we going to have different SKUs that can handle more and more gateways? Can we talk a little bit about the different license offerings that we're going to be bringing to sales?
Yeah, sure. Actually, we have several licenses SKU for more server allowed to connect more gateway, but I just don't want to make it complicated. You know, if customer they really have a big project, and we also provide them the site license. Okay, maybe you have a big campus. Maybe you are approaching a retail store. They have many branch retail store, many branch stores. They can apply our site license, and the site license provide them the unlimited gateway and server usage connectivity in their single large site.
Okay.
So
because here's the scenario, right, Michael, is that as I mentioned last Friday, we had a meeting. This is a real life scenario where the customer, their primary business is doing security DVRs, and their DVRs are not just doing loss prevention. Now they're getting more and more into some of the IMM services that we have. So people counting, looking at like heat maps. They can see like, okay, people are going into this part of the store. There was this promotion going on, let's say in Costco, and this food was more prevalent or more interest, or this giveaway was more interesting than others. They can see like where the crowds were gathering and what was of interest during that particular part of the day, so that their marketing teams can decide, okay, we want to spend more time and efforts promoting these type of products and services. So those type of customers, I mean, this is a real customer. They have done business with us for 6 years. They have a very, very large install base. And if we could go to them and tell them and give them a way to become cloud ready and be able to use like an Azure third-party cloud service, we'd be able to basically, my vision is be able to convert all of those existing DVRs into gateways to run the IoT agent software on those gateways, and then be able to manage those gateways remotely through the RMM. And so those are the, those I think are real live customers that we can go to. We've been selling hardware for, years and years and years, and we can go to them today and do an uplifted software sell, and it has nothing to do with hardware. So that's where I think, rather than us try to, wrap our mind around existing, net new opportunities, let's also go back and look at our KAs, our key accounts, and talk to them about what their IoT strategy is, what their strategy is to be able to remote manage their devices, and how we can help connect their devices to the cloud.
Yeah. So Sean, you're perfect right. So by this type of customer, actually, we have a business relationship with them. So we just wish to upgrade their solution capability, and of course, we can have a more hardware selling opportunity. So just as you mentioned, the civilian case, the gateway for them is not only to manage their civilians' edge computer, because with our gateway capability, they can, integrate more different type of security sensors. Okay, so those are sensors in their customer environment. They will give the customer create a different solution value propositions. So I think they will be a very good fit to them. So now we work with our equipment provider or our customer, when they understand our solution offering, we will open their mind and idea because they can have a more connectivity, capability to connect more different type of things.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So can we go back one slide? And again, I apologize for everybody that's on this call. I know this is a late night. Can you go back one slide to the Gateway Starter Kit? So this is the last question that I wanted to ask. So again, when I look at the Gateway Starter Kit, we're talking about how to connect the gateway northbound. One thing I see that the Gateway Starter Kit doesn't address is southbound. How do we actually connect sensors to the gateway? Are we asking sales and the customers to go and find third-party sensors to connect to the gateway, to instrument to it, so via USB or serial or even Wi-Fi? Or are we looking to align ourselves maybe with a third-party sensor company to just quickly bundle sensors with this type of a kit? Are we going to have any accessories like sensor accessories that we can sell with the starter kit to get things instrumented?
For the starter kit, because for the starter kit bundle, honestly, we don't have the sensor bundles right now. The reason why you do get the option item for in the bottom, that's the key. That's our strategy with IU to enable the local sensor together. And you can, we suggest you to choose either Modbus type or Modbus TCP type. That will be easy to be your, whole turnkey solutions.
Yeah, I think the challenge with that, though, Michael, is that that's going to basically pigeonhole customers into using the, if you look at the IoT protocol handler, we're basically going to be force-fitting them into a Modbus TCP type of protocol stack. And, we're seeing customers today, they want to use BLE, they want to use RFID, they want to use Wi-Fi. I mean, it could be all over the place, and it's not necessarily like a true industrial IoT protocol stack like Modbus. So I think if we look at this, right, I think we're very close to having something that can resonate with customers, but I really think that we need to focus on southbound of the gateway and how to make it easy to instrument assets quickly, whether it's, with a Fitbit. I mean, it could be anything, right? I mean, anything consumer, it could be anything that would just be able to collect some data and hand off to the gateway. I think we need to think through that more, and obviously we don't have the answer here on this call. So for the sales team, I think we should maybe hit the pause button just on this, because we need to brainstorm internally as a business to talk about how we're going to support this on the southbound side. But I think we really need to come up with an optional accessory strategy on how to be able to instrument assets. And while I respect that you have the EKI product, the EKI is just purely a switch, and you still need to have something connected to that switch. So we really need to be able to have something, whether it's a thermal, shock and vibration, or sound, some type of sensor that can be instrumented to the gateway for demonstration purposes.
Very good question. Sorry, a little bit comment about sensor. I mean, sensor for us is part of the ecosystem partner we can engage, and we need to engage.
Agreed.
It means, yeah, so they are become more critical. So the way we engage with the sensor ecosystem partners, there are two approaches. The first one approach is to engage the traditional sensor partner. They have their system box is there, okay? We just treat them as the part of the turnkey building block with our ET switch enablement. That's all. And another one is a sensor solution partner, and we can use the m2.com with the embedded approach. Talk about the firmware designing to enable the sensor as a really integrated IoT sensor. That's another approach. So for the quick solution, if you have a project, and that's more regarding the building block integration, and that will mean that maybe you can integrate with those traditional sensor partner ecosystem. That's one. Another one is the new design with m2.com.
Okay. So when will have you talked to Andy? When will the m2.com starter kit or solutions be ready. I had saw during GBLM, Andy had mentioned May. Are we still on a schedule for that, or do you know?
I think that's still the schedule. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I heard from him.
Okay. So I don't want to belabor the questions. It's already 7 o'clock here Pacific Standard Time. It's 10 p.m. for our team that's out on the east. So why don't we stop here? What we'll do is, as a sales team here in the west, I'll work with David Liu and Alex Len, and we'll see if we can maybe do some type of collaborative effort where we bundle the M2.com southbound sensor connection to the starter kit and add it as an accessory. I think that's a great way for us to bundle both together.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I think we gotta figure some things out here, but I do think that we can definitely bring this to market. It's just a matter of just finalizing a few loose ends.
Back to the M2.com. Sean, if you look at my the page I am presenting now. So our idea for the demo box, we will also include the M2.com scenario as well.
Yep.
Okay. So
good.
Yeah, you can present a different type of sensor idea to your customer. So see why is good for them. All right.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will. I'll open it up to any questions. I don't know if we're going to have any, but is there any questions that anybody wants to ask before we drop?
It's a little bit late.
Yeah, no, I know. Sorry. Let me just check the chat session here real quick before we drop.
Okay.
A lot of questions on technical issues with the audio. Says here's some other questions here. It looks like is RMM SCADA a license fee or a monthly subscription?
You mean the SCADA or RMM? That's a different.
Can you just answer both? If you know the answer to both, can you answer them?
Okay. RMM is only one-time fee. Okay. SCADA too, but SCADA has a different licensing model. It's based on the I/O points. So that, but RMM server is very easy, just as my presentation slide. It all depends on the gateway connectivity and server license.
Okay.
So SCADA is a traditional I/O, those kinds of facility I/O points licensing model. So there's another different type, but they are all one-time licensing.
Okay. And then the question from Chuck Newman. Why the ARC 1123 instead of the UTX 3115? David, do you want to answer that?
Actually, I don't know the reason. Michael, you can answer the question.
Okay.
Oh,
so
no. The IoT gateway starter kit. Okay.
Yeah,
starter kit only for the pre-integrated for promotion. But if you have any project or for use in M-Core edge computer, we can support them because. As I mentioned, our voice agent can support all the, different type of OS and hardware platforms. So there's no problem to support, ECG edge computer.
okay.
So, but if you have this type of project, just that David and we know, we can help you to enable that. It's just only the matter of a voice agent support.
Okay. There's another question here that was for me about have I seen B&B's solution strategy? I have. I'll open it up to one last question just from my side because I think that is a good question. Michael, have you worked with Jerry O'Gorman from B&B? He's the president. We just made the acquisition from B&B SmartWorks. Are you engaged with them on our Wise PaaS strategy? Do you see any synergy working with B&B on some of their gateways and devices with these protocol stacks or not?
Yeah, I am engaging them as well. During the GBLM, they came here, have the meeting with them, and our R&D head, we also flew to Ireland, the R&D center to discuss those kind of synergy integration projects. And for me right now, I think they are still in Advantech. We are selecting some of the product we see the very, very similar overlap in terms of the product line is about, they have a similar ET solution like we do. Okay, sewer gateway, so these type of things. And the ET product group, they are trying to select in a good product portfolio combined together. For the industrial networking, they have their very strong area in router too. So that's network switch product division, they are doing the consolidation too. And in terms of the software side, our R&D team is working with them in terms of some of the management solution. They also now have a good vertical domain case. We are studying and evaluating about how to integrate it. But it's not a short-term project. It's I will put this as kind of a mid-term and long-term project.
Okay.
So far, short-term, I think just sell as usual, but some of the product will be available. Their product will be available in Advantech skill opening. I think there will be maybe Q3 will be happen. That's my understanding.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, Michael, again, we appreciate all your time. It's been very informative. I think there's some action items that us as a local business here need to take to formalize the IoT Gateway Starter Kit. The WISE PaaS and RMM software building blocks will be instrumental to the success of that. And our team will be working, collaborating with the PSM team and the PD to help formalize how we're going to go out and promote that to the sales organization and to our OEMs and KAs. So again, everybody, we really appreciate your time. One thing I will say is we'll likely have a follow-up sales discussion on how to actually do the licensing models. I think there's going to probably be a lot of questions about what the license look like, how we're going to sell those, what the engagement process will look like. Is there any SLAs that need to be signed? So I think we need to formalize the training in and around actually how we execute. I think we have some of the building blocks that Michael's elaborated on tonight. But in terms of actually selling these services, I think we need some more formalized training on that. So, Michael, again, appreciate your time. Let's circle back together, my friend, and let's see what we can do to help you sell some more of these products, okay?
Well, yeah, it's my pleasure. It's really good to talk to you. Let's keep in touch. ANA is very critical area for WISE PaaS this year. So look forward to working with you all.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.